Pleasant surprise. What's going on?
I had to post bail.
For who?
Christian.
Vega?
Yeah, it's a long story, but everything's fine now. But I'm glad I ran into you because we need to talk.
About what?
Tomas Delgado.
That's beautiful, Uncle Tomas. Playing just now. What's that called?
I haven't decided yet.
You mean you wrote that?
Yeah.
So you're a composer and a painter and a black belt?
You know, I wouldn't be too impressed by that. A lot of people would say that I should stick to one thing. Like your mom. She stuck to the law, now she's a brilliant attorney. But me? I'm a dabbler. Dabblers never get to the Supreme Court. I'm gonna get a drink. Can I get you something?
No, thank you. I was actually just looking for Blair.
Me too. Why don't you wait with me? I'd kind of like to spend more time with you. Have you all to myself for a while.
You want to talk about Delgado. I believe the last time we did that, you resented some of my questions.
Well, that was before I walked in on Delgado in Todd's room.
Doing what?
That's what I wanted to know. He said he was just trying to get to know Todd better.
That's kind of weird. Especially since Todd's in a coma.
Maybe he thought because Todd didn't have him up against a wall that he could see him differently. I think I caught him off guard when I walked in, and I don't know, John, I just kind of got a strange feeling.
How strange?
Is there something that I should know about Tomas Delgado?
We ran his name through the system.
Well, is there anything in his past that points to him shooting Todd?
I know, John. We spent time together, remember? In the car, you drove me to school.
Yeah, you said 2 words to me. Thanks and bye.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. You hardly know me. And all I really know about you is that you're terribly worried about your father. But what you said this morning to your mom, that you were positive he was going to wake up, I believed you. And sometimes faith makes miracles happen.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, Uncle Tomas.
Got no priors. Delgado doesn't have a record, at least not in this country.
So that euro you found at the crime scene, it wasn't important?
Could be. For now, it doesn't prove that Delgado's involved.
You still trying to connect him to the crime?
I'll tell you what, when we find something out, you'll be the first to know. In the meantime...
What?
Maybe you want to stay away from this guy? Just a little friendly ex-husband type advice?
Normally, I would take your little friendly ex-husband advice and tell you to shove it.
Yes, you would.
But unfortunately, the last time you gave me that kind of advice, it was about Elijah Clark.
So maybe you're going to listen to me this time?
I'm going to give you this. This is the photograph that Tomas said that he found at a flea market in Paris.
The one he did the portrait from? Let me ask you something. How does a photo of you and Manning on your wedding day end up in a flea market in Paris?
I don't know, John, and I don't know if this is going to help you figure out whether Tomas shot Todd or not, but you are welcome to.
Thanks.
I guess I was...
See, when my dad came out of surgery, I could have sworn I felt him squeeze my hand. Like, squeeze it. I thought it was the beginning, you know, that he'd do a little more every day and he'd get stronger and stronger, but it never happened.
That doesn't mean it won't.
No, when I told my mom I knew my dad would wake up, I think I only said it because I don't want her to be sad. Of course, that's that's not gonna help her if he never wakes up.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
No, I don't. All I know is that the man in that bed is not my father. That man can't hear me. That man can't hear any of us.
How can you be sure?
Because if he could hear me, he would wake up. My dad, he would never put me through what we went through when we both thought that my mom was never coming.
Please. You're too young for this.
I'd never do that. Get your hand off that child. What's wrong? Uncle Tomas was just trying to comfort me because of my dad.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
If you want me to
listen,
leave,
I'm sorry. I overreacted. I'm really worried about your father too, sweetheart. Listen, when your mom was sick, I promised her that I would look after you. And I just didn't want you to feel that you had to turn to somebody else for comfort right now.
She was waiting for you. I was just filling in until you got here.
So come on. You want to talk to me about your dad?
Actually, I came here to talk to you about Jack.
What about Jack?
You are wrong and you're out of line.
Did something happen? What happened with Jack?
Today in school, all of a sudden, Jack comes running out of the gym with a bunch of his guy buddies, and he looked like something was going on. So I tried to ask him about it, but he ran out of the place like it was on fire.
And you don't know why?
I was with Destiny, and we heard a noise from inside the gym. And you know Shane? Mm-hmm. He was lying on the floor having this really bad asthma attack.
Oh, my God.
I was so scared. He couldn't breathe. He didn't have his inhaler.
Where was it? Why didn't he have
That's
it?
what his mom was asking him when she showed up. She said that Shane had it with him before he went to school. So I started wondering if...
No, do not say what I think that you're going to say.
Blair, I'm sorry, but I think Jack took that inhaler. I'm worried about him. You believe me, don't you?
Jack!
I know that you and Jack have never really gotten along. And I do know that he can be trouble. But the problems that Jack and Shane have had recently, that was Shane, not Jack. And actually, I saw them together this morning. They were fine. They were getting along.
I mean, it's possible that I'm wrong, but
I think that you are. I mean, Jack can be a lot of things, but he'd never deliberately put somebody's life in danger. He wouldn't.
yeah, I just thought you should know. It was bothering me.
Sweetheart, I think what's going on with your father is bothering you too. And if Jack was acting a little weird today, I'm sure it was for the same reasons. I mean, this is really, really tough for you guys. It's tough for all of us. You know, hey, it makes us all do things that we wouldn't normally do, or say things we wouldn't normally say.